match for the evening. And down here in the bottom side of the map, our orange Protoss player, now representing his newly acquired team, Sans GG, I think that's a reference to something, is InkedWarrior. Let's come on here. Oh, you're muted, I think.
I am indeed muted. Just now unmuted. The green Protoss Lucien in the north is what I was shouting about while being muted. It has a cannon on the way in his main base.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the proximity there. Actually, they can. He can see the buildings building, and vice versa is not true. He's like a hex away from being able to see that. It's going to be established there quite quickly. Yeah, that's probably the worst place because you can't really. Often when you like get caught here, you want to be able to get your like warp gate up.
Yep.
Or something. But this is actually a little far away, and he's going for a third cannon, and there's not a pylon to get closer than this.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how Lucien reacts to this. He's going to lose that Cyber Core before anything happens. The Stalker coming out and the Mothership Core are going to come out, are going to help.
But the Mothership Core and the Stalker could actually just outright shut this down, even though he loses the core here, although not if it wanders in. It does pull it back. Yeah, interesting, because he hasn't put a pylon to move forward.
Yeah, he's just adding his gateway at home.
So he can deny the pylon. Yeah, this is very interesting. Because he could infinitely deny any pylon that tries to get closer than this.
Yeah, now that the Stalker Mothership Core is out, Lucien, as long as he can keep this contained to these 3 cannons and 1 pylon, I mean, he can even run the Stalker around to the south with the Mothership Core and snipe it from the low ground.
Yeah, this is all really interesting. Obviously, InkedWarrior is actually just going to expand behind this and carry on his merry day. No overreaction. Maybe he was looking for an overreaction from Lucien and him like suiciding units in or something like that. Mm-hmm. But I don't think he's going to. I think he's just going to let this run its course. And
yeah, InkedWarrior's main problem right now is that Lucien's warp gate is a minute in and it has 100 seconds left, whereas his warp gate, or his cybernetics score rather, is halfway done right now.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's the photon overcharge coming off. One of these cannons will fall, giving a lot more room.
You might actually be able to get the other cannons.
Yeah, yeah, they're just barely in range, like their little toe is in range as long as he has vision.
Yeah, he's going to get both those cannons with the photon overcharge. That's really nice for him. And he's going to be able to put on a lot of pressure, but the InkedWarrior is adding, he's got 4 cannons at home with his own warp gate on the way and an expansion already done. So if InkedWarrior can hold it up, which he should be able to, unless Lucien gets like a warp prism or something.
Yep, so takes that position. It was... I'm not sure why he didn't go for a closer pylon. He could have just, like, Yeah,
he could have ended the game there, I feel like.
He could have just won, I think. I don't think the resistance was there in time.
And Lucien actually lets his probe get out. That's...
Yeah. Just goes home, not trying to do anything else. Yeah, and this will just kind of stabilize into... They're both at exactly 25 workers. The green Protoss, Lucien, is getting his Nexus up as well.
But now he's facing a severe supply block, while InkedWarrior is making 2 probes at a time. So he's falling behind right now. He's going to end up behind like 4 or 5 probes.
For sure.
While the Robo is already on the way from Inked. Oh, and there's a Robo from Lucien. So Lucien is not going to move out and attack with his warp gate tech advantage yet until he has better units, which is definitely the right play. I like that safer style, trying to get up to better tech before actually trying to move out.
Yeah,
oh man, if he tries to go into DTs from here with his Twilight Council, that's gonna just fall so flat. He definitely needs to just get Blink.
Yeah,
For his
could be
sake,
a
I hope he
blank
does
line.
that.
We've already got the proxy pylon for Inked over on the left-hand side of the map. He could be looking to attack some point soon with like an immortal or two and the rest of these warp gates. Let's see if he starts a second, and yeah, there it is.
That's actually
And
his first
Lucien
army
going
unit.
for charge. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Lucien going for charge there, which is actually kind of a neat way to approach this. And that's, yeah, I think he's going to go Zealot Archon.
Yep, going on the Templar Archives rather.
Yeah.
If he can get a good engagement in like mid map when Inked Warrior moves out, that'll be fantastic for Lucien. But he's not going to be able to attack into Inked Warrior anytime soon.
No. Quite true, but it will, yeah, definitely buy him some time here. He's getting Immortals out on his own as well. I think this may be a response, like during that whole phase, he's collected a lot of gas, and this may be kind of a way to burn that off by getting the Archons.
And Lucien's actually caught up in the probe count from Inked Warrior slipping with his probe production a little bit.
Yeah.
They're actually back to even. Inked Warrior's cycle is a little bit further ahead, so every once in a while they pop up by 2, but then that is cut down. So about even on economy, and Lucien ahead in tech. Like I said, he just needs to take an engagement mid-map with a good time warp. These charged zealots will be able to just destroy what Inked Warrior has. He just has a bunch of sentries and 2 immortals. I mean, this is a really interesting combination for PvP. But yeah, and Lucien just now warping in his Archon. That's just going to completely slaughter the bulk of his force, Inked Warrior's force, being sentries.
Yeah, that would die to splash fairly quickly. And the fact that this is all up a ramp could really compress everything together. Will be really interesting. He's got enough energy for 2 photon overcharges, which just barely approach the ramp. Yeah, we'll see the probe coming down, trying to put the Nexus.
Inked Warrior needs to get that hallucinated Phoenix up the high ground and then turn around and go home.
Yeah, he needs to see this and get out.
But charge is done.
Yeah, okay, nice trap here of some force, but it's broken by the Archon. So he won't be able to use the sentries like at all. Yeah, just kind of negates a lot of what he was trying to do there. He could try and hallucinate a lot now that he knows the force fields won't be much of anything. He could actually hallucinate some bulky units up front, but I still think he's just kind of behind on everything he's doing here.
Yeah, the big problem with that is like he still has to attack up this 1 force field ramp.
Yeah.
So if he hallucinates a bunch of units, that's just a bunch more units to clump up and delay his actual push up the ramp. And Lucien, with 2 more Archons morphing in, he's only down by 1 Immortal right now. And yeah, Inked Warrior just identifying that he can't fight this in this position, so he just runs back home. He's delayed his opponent's 3rd base, and now he's taking his own 3rd base. And he's going to be in great shape, especially since his Forge was so fast with that Cannon Rush. He's up starting +2 attack now already, whereas Lucien has no Forge and no upgrades.
Yeah, just getting a Forge now. Double Forge is Lucien. He hasn't started his 3rd yet, which is, well, he did earlier, and obviously got taken down. Restarting it here now, while that is already close to being completed on Inked Warrior's side. He's getting his own charge out.
Winter Dark Shrine.
Yeah.
That's going to be nice here. Lucien has the rowboat and the ability to get an observer out. I believe he has.
He's got one with the army. It's like sitting over top. You can still drop in the back or something, but yeah, but he's covered at least a little bit. 2 DTs are warped in, and will come into the area, and they will discover that there's detection here.
Yep, those DTs are going to get absolutely nothing done. And Lucien now with Storm out, I don't know if I really like the decision to go for Storm in PvP. I think you have a lot more useful tech available to you, like just getting Colossus tech instead of that. I think is a better option to begin with. We'll see. Inked Warrior flying in a hallucinated Phoenix over his opponent's natural. in main here to get a scout off. And Lucien started double upgrades to catch up here.
Yeah, chrono boosting those out as +2 nears completion for InkedWarrior.
And yeah, Lucien has actually maintained a decent supply lead since InkedWarrior moved out. He cut probes and just really wanted to commit to that attack, and then just stopped making probes because he was planning on ending the game with his immortals and sentries. Now he's playing catch up since then, and he's just now caught up to within 3 workers. He was at one point down by over 10. And Lucien's position is just so much better than InkedWarrior's right now. He's up 30 supply. He's going to get 4 Zealots dropped into his natural, and then presumably a follow-up Warpin. See how much damage InkedWarrior can get done with that. Not sure how much.
Yeah, come in here now. See if he makes any sentries or anything to try and force field out. Reaction a little slow as the Zealots do land, going after probes, so we'll get a number of kills. And yeah, there is the larger Warpin, and it's actually DTs being brought in. And he's going to go right after the Nexus.
I think he's actually going to get it.
Observer will be there, but if he focuses it, yeah, it's going to go down. They just do so much damage with that +2.
Yeah, he did have to give up 3 DTs and 4 Zealots to do that. But that is a really nice pickup. As long as InkedWarrior can start his macro train rolling here and get up to like a maxed out army around the same time as Lucien. But if Lucien hits as soon as he maxes, his opponent is only going to be probably at 140, 150 supply by the time that happens.
Yeah, it looks like Lucien is planning to come right now, which is a good timing. His +3 has been started on InkedWarrior's side. +2 only really underway for Lucien as well. He hasn't actually reestablished a base, though. He's now going to put one there on the 4th. Pylon is actually in range of that to warp in, but this army may end up just being overwhelming. It looks huge.
36 Zealots, and InkedWarrior's army is just out in the middle of nowhere, isolated. It needs to be behind his SimCity here, and the Zealots getting a nice concave on all of InkedWarrior's forces. Force fields are completely useless against the Archons here, and the Colossus with range just now done, and he's getting soaked in storms. This really hurts for InkedWarrior.
Yeah, it needs a photon overcharge to go off there. Where did he? Oh, he just time warped it instead. Also good. Has to back his army away. He's trying to take care of things in little pieces as the Colossus splash is really the only thing he's got going for him at this point here. Zealot's coming in with a nice flank actually as he goes after the Immortals specifically. Oh, getting all these high Templar just for free. They just kind of wandered into the Colossus, but they will drop here as there are only Immortals left. And he actually has enough for a photon overcharge still. No,
yeah, InkedWarrior managed that engagement pretty well for being so down in supply, but he's in trouble here. The Zealots have killed all of his probes at this second.
There's actually no detection.
Oh man, did he snipe the Observer, or did... yeah, there's no Observer out right now. He did kill it.
So this is the save, at least for the moment. Does manage to pick off the Immortals. The rest of it is going to get pretty much get away.
And this really hurts his Lucien. He was in a fantastic position to just end the game there with a little bit of detection. But InkedWarrior with fantastic play, sniping that Observer, is able to push back and reestablish his
he's going to go after this base here. The DT's helping take the Archons out of play. Could have finished the last one off, but wants to go for the Nexus instead. And actually, since there is no rebuild in the natural, there's only the one really mining Nexus here. But InkedWarrior should go home.
Yeah, if InkedWarrior can force an engagement down at the gold base, where he's got a bunch of gateways in front of cannons, that's exactly how you stop Zealot Archon. But he's isolated InkedWarrior's force up here on the left, and he's going to clean it up without too many losses.
The DT is actually still just there, with the Immortals or the Observers coming in here now.
Yeah, trailing way behind.
He's getting High Templar, enough of them to make that still a reasonable trade.
Yeah, heads up play there by InkedWarrior to snipe those High Templar before his DT are totally gone.
But yeah, at the end of this, we still have about a 50 supply advantage for Lucien. But the thing that's not working in his favor, of course, is the fact that he only has the one base. Needs to get something else going. Lucian's army playing like how many guys can I fit behind a mineral?
Yeah.
He's still got an opportunity here to come back and attack very strongly. But given the superior economy now of InkedWarrior, it's not that his probe count is higher, it's lower. It's just that he's got mining bases, one of them being a gold base. But he's on basically 3 base to 1 at the moment. So if he waits too long, then Lucien would end up behind. But he is coming to attack with all these zealots. And there are
InkedWarrior just needs to drastically raise his zealot count right now. He's working on it.
Yeah,
but he needs to get that going.
Archon's out. Archon's good against zealots. Colossus good against zealots. But yeah, you just need that cloud cover in front of them, and with 3 Colossus and 3 Colossus with +3, pretty good.
It's 20 to 43 in the zealot count right now, and Lucien has a ton of storms banked up. He can storm, looks like, about 6 times with his army right this second. In a few minutes, he's gonna be able to storm another 5 times. InkedWarrior is gonna find himself surrounded here again.
Coming in now. Here comes the charge. Oh, they're not even going in the same direction. Storms going off on each other. The Colossus pull back. Another big storms on the front lines there. Getting his own troops a little bit too, though. And the Colossus look like they're going to be able to completely carry this.
Wow, yeah. Big screw up there from Lucien, engaging 1/2 at a time there. And that's GG.
We are here on Overgrowth, the go-to map, no matter what, always, everywhere. And down here, doing something, in the bottom left-hand side, we have now representing, at least temporarily, Team Sans GG. It is InkedWarrior.
Indeed. And his unwary opponent wearing the green trunks in the top right. Needing to win this game to stay alive, it is Lucien. And InkedWarrior actually going for 7 pylon, 7 gate.
Yeah, this is even less. I don't even know if you can, like.
I don't think this is actually possible.
Yeah, like this seems like it would have gaps in it with the chronobusts. But
yeah, I feel like InkedWarrior maybe hasn't actually looked up how to actually do this or something. Watched a pro do it.
He's actually made another probe now. Yeah, I don't know.
He just knows if you build 2 gateways close to your opponent and make zealots out of them, that you win.
Yeah, I think he might be realizing like how kind of low economy is. He's even sending the initial probe back as opposed to using it for the attack.
Yeah, normally you want to have that second probe so you can get like the 1 or 2 extra shots off on your opponent's first zealot.
Yeah, it makes the difference. Yeah. And yeah, here we can see like when the first zealot starts or finishes, there's not enough for a second, so he's gonna have to wait. Now getting it out, but yeah, it does kind of slow you down. It's just a couple too many probes to cut there, but yeah, it's underway.
Lucien completely scoutless this game. Yeah. He's just tucked in nice in his base. I mean, InkedWarrior could have gone for the in-base proxy at this point, and he would be unscouted. As he moves in with 2
going for the
zealots.
Stalker first here. No Mothership Core, though, on its way out. He could cancel this probe and go for the Mothership Core, but he won't do it. The Sorry, called by InkedWarrior.
Canadian players.
That's the way it goes. Going for
he's just returned a few of those minerals in the probes and started the Mothership Core. Oh, no.
Yeah, the Mothership Core is kind of key from this position. Like, if you're... Yeah, a Stalker can out-micro all this for a long time, but you're not going to at this, like, particularly at, like, this level of control.
Yeah.
Like, a GM will do it perfectly, but, like, anybody else is not. So, you can't really do this.
So many probes there.
Yeah.
They just... Like, all 5 of those zealots were engaging probes individually all at the same time.
Yeah. Now the Mothership Core does start up, but yeah, it's just so... Like, using hold position on some of the probes there to make this harder. Yeah, there you
Stalker's
go.
just running around in circles at this point, not even getting a single shot off until just now.
Yeah.
And then getting hit by a Zealot.
Yeah, and all you have to do is keep one Zealot on that Stalker. And like I said in the previous game tonight, 5 Zealots on a Nexus beat the Mothership Core.
Yep.
Like they'll kill it before it's dead. So this is plenty. It's more than enough already. Yeah, you can see how long that will take.
Indeed, and Lucien not able to get too many shots off of his Stalker. He's about to lose it. Oh man, 1 HP. Oof.
Yeah. He does keep pulling away from this. It's still a long time before Photon Overcharge is available. This is going to go down. Stalker dies. Yeah.
Lucien, a little salty after taking that 2-gate loss to go out of the tournament. Sorry, man.